Yo guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Today guys, I want to discuss the expanded ban list that just recently happened, which is kind of funny because like 2 days ago I put out a community post asking what you guys think should be banned from expanded, and then we got the updated ban list, and all the bans here are related to basically just hand control, which is really good. Hand control decks are definitely toxic, but I think there is still more in expanded that should be banned, and I'll kind of talk about my community post a bit and then kind of give my ideas for other cards that could be banned from expanded. Because while these hand control cards are definitely good and healthy, there are still some more things in expanded right now that a lot of people do not like and that are really degenerate and toxic. So first off, Chip Ice Sacks got banned. Pretty good card to get a ban. This is a pretty stupid card. It's actually really ridiculous that your opponent can control the outcome of your top deck through an item card. Even in standard, I think this card should be banned. Like, it's just such a silly card. Flabebe got banned because Floette and Florges, you can play, like, on your first turn. Okay, why is that? Doesn't mean it. You can play on your first turn, and you can hand control your opponent. Lieutenant Surge Strategy, another really healthy ban. Of course, the Island Challenge Amulet Coin, being able to knock out your own Jirachi EX to, like, give your opponent 2 prizes to, like, reset them or end them to a low hand size. Surge of Strategy is a pretty good ban, too. Surprisingly, Mars wasn't banned, though. Marshadow Let Loose finally got banned. This is a card people have been wanting to get banned forever now, and it's finally gone from expanded, and that makes me pretty happy. This is a pretty stupid card. I know a lot of people are really happy about that Let Loose ban. But all these like hand control cards, like Red Card, also got banned. Another really interesting card is the Mew3 Haunch Crow deck, the Mew3 Exodia deck. Like a month back, I put out a video on that deck because I was like, yo, this combo is actually ridiculous. Mew3 using Unfair with like Red Card and stuff like that, dude, it's broken. And then a lot of people caught on to that strategy afterwards, and then all of a sudden that Mew3 Haunch Crow Exodia deck somehow, you know, got talked about as like the new Zarg Exodia deck, and well, that deck is extinct now because Red Card is banned, and also Chip Ice Sacks. Reset Stam getting banned, an interesting ban, I guess, because like it's like, well, we already have N, we don't need 2 of these. Reset, ridiculous. Unknown Hand got banned. Sure, why not? But the card that I'm actually kind of annoyed that got banned is mismagius. This is a pretty fine card. I don't really think this card needed a ban from expanded. It's actually a really cool card in how it works. So the fact that now it's gone and banned from expanded, I mean, it is pretty sad, because I didn't really think that mismagius needed a ban. Now that they banned all these hand control cards like Red Card, Marshadow, stuff like that, mismagius didn't really need a ban, but they went ahead and banned it anyways. Now, in my community post here that I made, I talked about pretty much what needed to be banned, and what you guys thought. Now, I'm not going to go through all the comments, because there's a lot of them, but the general consensus was Mew3, Dimension Valley, Execute. Surprisingly, a lot of people said Welder. That kind of confused me. Welder is not that good in expanded, because Fire in expanded really isn't that good. Welder's not that good in expanded. Standard, yeah, it's a whole different discussion, alright? But the general consensus was really stuff like, a lot of people wanted Mew3 banned, a lot of people, there were obviously comments to do with cards that got banned anyways, like Marshadow, Lieutenant Surge, mismagius. But the general consensus was pretty much stuff like Dimension Valley, Mew3, and Execute. Those were like the ones that I think got the most votes, and those are the ones that I think are the most talked about after these new bans. So the hand control bans, boom, all those cards, no more hand lock decks, they're all gone, they're all out of here. But then we got to deal with like Mew3 now, because Mew3 is like the most talked about deck going into the next expanded event. It's the card that is the most like OP right now. Like Zoroark GX used to be insane with like the trade and all that stuff, but now that Mew3 is a thing, Zoroark is like belittled. So the most consensus was stuff like Dimension Valley, because being able to use Dimension Valley with Mew3 means you can use a lot of Mew3's attacks for like even cheaper now. So if you're gonna copy like Despair Ray on Gardevoir now, you can do it for 1 energy thanks to D-Valley. You can also Sky Return for 1 energy with D-Valley. So there's a lot of broken combos. A lot of people want Mew3 just flat out banned, which is kind of hilarious. I don't really think Mew3 itself needs to be banned, but a lot of people are like, yo, okay, Mew3, just straight up ban it. But there's a lot of ways to counter it. But Mew3, I think it's fine. There's a lot of good psychic attackers too that can deal with it. But there are a lot of cards that combined with Mew3 make it really, really good and almost too good, and might need to push this card to have a ban. And we'll talk about that here just a moment. But yeah, for the most part, people wanted stuff like Execute banned. Execute's another interesting card that's been on people's ban radar for like a long time now, because it's like, oh my gosh, propagation every single turn is just ridiculous. You can use as often as you like with Zoroark, Ultra Ball, Skyfield, effects too. So yeah, people want Execute banned too. So we'll talk about the other cards that should be banned here in just a moment of PCGO. But thank you for everyone who commented on the discussion post here. It's a really interesting discussion. While I don't think Welder needs to be banned and expanded, because Welder sees like no play and expanded, I do agree with a lot of these opinions. Mew3 I think definitely needs to have some kind of ban nerf. I don't think Mew3 needs to be banned itself. I think cards that are related to it definitely should be banned. So we'll talk about that here on PCGO. Alright guys, so right now currently where we're at, these are the cards that I think are going to be on people's next ban radar, and these are the cards that a lot of people are talking about in Expanded right now that are really broken. And that all kind of relates to Mew2 and Mew Tag Team GX here, being able to abuse some crazy stuff. Now, Vileplume, I think, is at the top of my ban list right now, because the Mew3 Vileplume deck is ridiculous. Like, it's ridiculous. Being able to use Mew3 to copy a Lone Executor Rowlet, which happens to have Force of Giant Plants in the form of an attack, being able to copy that to get a turn 1 Vileplume off on your opponent, while also being able to use all these other attacks later on in the game, like Jolteon EX, Latios GX, Glaceon GX, Altaria GX. That's really ridiculous, and that's, like, in my opinion, a little too broken. So I think Vileplume should be banned. A Lone Executor Rowlet makes Vileplume really stupid, and it also promotes that idea of turn 1 item lock, which I know a lot of people do not like. People don't like that turn 1 item lock. People don't like it. Pokemon themselves don't like turn 1 item lock. Wally got banned for a reason. Force of Giant Plants got banned for a reason. And now that that is back in the form of a really broken card that can abuse all these other attacks later on in the game, I think Vileplume should get banned. I really do. I think this card should get banned. Next up, we have the idea of Archie's Ace in the Hole getting banned. Now, I would hate to see this card get banned, because Archie's is like one of the most unique and creative decks of all time. It's such a cool deck. But now that Archie's Ace in the Hole is a thing with Mew3, it's really easy to pull off a turn 1 cross division and pretty much just shut your opponent off of the game completely. Like an evolution deck like Zoroark, for example, or Gardevoir even, they can't even do anything, because you could just turn 1 cross division them out of the game. And also Mew3 being able to like Archies with Kingdra is really good too. So a lot of people are really thinking that Archie's Ace in the Hole should get banned, because that Archie's Mew3 deck is really, really powerful and shouldn't be a thing. And I kind of agree. I think Mew3 with Archies is a little too OP. But at the same time, I would hate to see Archie's Ace in the Hole get banned, because it's such a cool card. It's such a unique card. And it's, I don't know. I don't want Archie's banned, but I don't know, man. Something should be done about that Mew3 Espeon Deoxys Archie's combo. Now, another card people want banned is Execute, because propagation people think is just really too overpowered. A lot of people want Dimension Valley banned now, because being able to abuse the Dimension Valley with Mew3 is really stupid, because you could just go like 1 energy Sky Return, 1 energy Despair Ray. All these crazy combos with Mew3 and Dimension Valley make it really powerful. So a lot of people are like, yeah, maybe Dimension Valley should get banned now. Battle Compressor is another card we want banned, because there's so many effects to this card, being able to get rid of like Pokemon and energy, and of course supporters and executes even. And of course it also makes Mew3 ridiculously good, because you just go Battle Compressor, get rid of all the Pokemon you want to copy with for perfection. So yeah, another card people want banned is Battle Compressor. But yeah, these are like the most popular cards outside of the cards that just got banned that were hand control related. These are the new banny type of cards. And in my opinion, I think the one that is at the top of my radar right now is Vileplume, because being able to use Super Growth with Mew3 with Vileplume is ridiculous and a little too stupid and toxic. And also the fact that later on in the game, while you can't play your item cards, you also can probably not even damage this Mewtwo, because they can just copy something like Flash Ray or Altaria and make it like impossible for Mew3 to be damaged. And even when you do damage it, they can just Sky Return heal it with Shaman. So yeah, I think Vileplume is a card that should get banned. Vileplume and both Archies are the two cards right now that are making Mew3 really busted and really, really good. And I think both, I don't want Archies banned, but like, if it's gonna make Mew3 less good, ridiculously like overpowered on their first turn, then so be it. But I'm voting for the Vileplume ban because Forza Giant Plan's Vileplume is sort of back in the form of a Alolan Exeggutor Rowlet. So that's my ban list here. These are the cards that people want banned. These are the cards that I think should be on people's ban radar. Well, I don't think Espeon Deoxys needs to be banned, but like Espeon Deoxys Archie's Mewtwo is really powerful and can shut your opponent off of playing the game on their first turn. You can win on the first turn. And the Vileplume, I think, is another good card that should be banned. And of course, those were all the new cards in Expand that should be banned. I do think Mew3 doesn't need to be banned itself because it's so easy to counter. There's enough counters for it. But I think it should get nerfed. There should be some ban that should nerf this card. That is just my opinion. But yeah, that is it for today's ptcgo video, guys. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like on the video. What do you guys think down below about these bans? What else do you guys think should get banned from Expanded, if there is anything else to talk about at this point? Let me know down below. And yeah, that'll wrap up the video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to have the road of 6K subs. Check out the sponsor card for ptcgo as always, guys. I'll see you guys on the video. Bye-bye.